Hi friends, thanks so much for coming to yoga today. I really appreciate it. We're taking a slow and steady but challenging practice today that's going to incorporate triangle pose and pigeon pose, two of my favorites. Okay, see you on the mat. Please start this class laying down on your back. Get comfortable on your back in Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of feet together, knees splay open, palms face up alongside your body. Rest the back of the head, rest the back of your hands. If it's too much on your lower back to stay in this position, feel free to modify and take constructive rest pose with feet on the floor, mat width distance, knees knocking into touch. But if you can, stay in this Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle pose. And breathe, allowing the natural curve through your lower back. Trace a line from the base of the skull down to the tailbone. Lightly bring your hands to heart center and set your intention for this practice today. What do you want to cultivate here in this time on your mat? Slowly squeeze your knees in together, bring your feet on the floor. Draw your right knee in toward your side rib and traction your right thigh toward your side waist. Slide your left leg out straight and long on the floor. Walk your hands toward your ankle, and if it's possible, reach your fingertips around toward the sole of your right foot. And then begin to extend the right sole of the foot toward the ceiling, bringing the entire right leg closer toward your body. If that's too much for you, take your hands behind the thigh bone, calf, or ankle, and begin to gently draw that entire right leg closer toward your body. Bend the right knee a little bit more than you might be used to draw that right thigh bone a little closer, and then press the right leg gently towards straight without locking or hyperextending the knee joint. Breathing there. Then open your elbows, draw your ribs in, bring your face towards your knee toward your face. Lift your left heel, extend your left heel straight forward as you exhale, and then let your head fall back. Release your right foot onto the floor. Press through your right foot and draw your left knee in toward your body. Traction your left thigh toward your side waist. Then slide your right leg out straight and long on the floor. Wrap the right inner thigh down and flex your feet. Walk your hands toward the sole of your left foot. Begin to extend your left sole of the foot toward the ceiling. If that's not available, again, remember you can bring your hand to the calf or the ankle. And gently draw that entire leg a little closer towards you, bending through your left knee to help draw that left thigh toward your body a little more, and then working on pressing that left leg more straight without force. Then open your elbows, bring your nose toward your knee, lift your right heel and press your right heel away from your hip joint as you exhale. And then let your head fall back. Release your left foot, bring your left foot onto the floor. Press through your left foot, hug your right knee in toward your body, give it a squeeze. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Open your arms to a T. Hug that left thigh in toward your body so you have that shape of figure 4 and the feet are flexed. And then extend your left sole of the foot toward the ceiling. And this is a fine place to stay and work, pressing your right knee away from your face, using your own awareness to do so. If it's available, reach your hands up toward your left foot and draw your entire left leg toward your body and press your right knee away from your face, looking toward your tail. Exhale out. And then let your head fall back gently. Release your left foot onto the ground, uncross. Bring both feet onto the floor. Hug your left knee in toward your side waist. Quick squeeze. Cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Open your arms out to a T, palms facing up, and then draw your right thigh toward your body as you press your left knee away from the bottom of your chin. Both feet are flexed. Then extend the right sole of the foot toward the ceiling. And if it's available, reach up for those right toes, lift your head, look toward your tail. And as you draw that right thigh toward you, press your left knee away. Exhale all the way out. Then let your head fall back. Release your right foot onto the ground. Uncross your left foot back onto the floor. Press through both feet. Lift the hips and pelvis into a bridge pose. Palms facing up. Root through the backs of your hands. Lengthen the tailbone forward between your knees. And inhale, breathe the chest toward the chin. Exhale, melt down. Upper back, middle back, lower back resting. Let the lower back rest. And then hug both knees in toward the chest. Cross either ankle on top and start to rock and roll. And we're going to rock and roll, trying to generate enough momentum to come all the way up to sit. And then come on up into a cross-legged seat. Finding your cross-legged seat, inhale, sweep the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, press the hands down through heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, roll over the knees, make your way onto all fours. Finding your way onto all fours. In tabletop position, palms are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Start to rock forward and back. Inhale forward, exhale back toward child's pose. Inhale forward, walk your hands forward. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, when you come forward, hug your elbows in, come down a micro mount, then press the arms straight, tuck your toes, send the hips high into your downward facing dog. Let your head hang and pedal out your feet. Then lift your heels, wave into plank, bring your knees down on your exhale, come back to child's pose, tented fingers. Lift your belly, slide your right foot forward, right between the hands, top of the left foot flat. Inhale, reach the arms overhead into crescent lunge. Exhale, release your hands to frame your front foot. Tented fingers on the floor, framing that front foot. Send your hips back. The left hip is about over the knee or maybe slightly behind it. Curl the right toes towards your face, either staying upright or begin to fold and bring your forehead toward that right shin into Ardha Hanumanasana. It's a half split pose. Take your left fingertips forward slightly. Take your right hand around onto your back. Right palm onto your sacrum. Peek to the right. Drag that right sitting bone back. Inhale, exhale, release your right hand down. Slide your right knee forward. Inhale, inner thighs scissor apart, looking up. Exhale, slide the right leg back. Tuck your toes, hips to heels. Come on up into downward facing dog. Spiral the inner thighs up and back. Then lift the heels, wave into plank. Bring your knees down. Exhale, hips to heels. Child's pose. Tented fingers, lift your belly, slide your left foot forward. Left knee is over the heel, top of the right foot flat. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, crescent lunge. Draw your lower ribs in. Inhale, arching through the upper ribs, look up. Exhale, belly in, hands frame that front foot. And then send the hips back. That right hip is about over the knee, not beyond. Curl the left toes toward your face. Begin to fold your forehead toward the left shin. Then plant your right hand forward, reaching it toward the upper right hand corner of the mat. Take your left hand onto your back. You can keep that left knee a little bit bent. Look to the left. Press the heel of that left hand into your sacrum. And inhale. And exhale, release the left hand back down, slide the left knee forward, inner thighs scissor apart, look up, inhale, exhale, slowly slide that left leg back, toes are tucked, lift your knees, come up into downward facing dog. Stretch your right heel high for three-legged dog. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose, lift the belly, step your right foot in between your thumbs. Spin your left heel down and cartwheel on up into warrior two, gazing over the right fingertips. Heel to heel alignment, right knee spiraling open toward the baby toe. The four corners of both feet are rooting. Then turn your right palm up, reverse warrior, left hand to left thigh, right arm sweeps up and over. Inhale, exhale toward extended side angle, right forearm to thigh bone, palm facing up, or right hand to the inner ankle. Sweep your left arm right up alongside the ear. Contain your lower ribs in. Pressing through both feet, inhale back to reverse warrior. Straighten your right leg all the way. Inhale. Exhale, wrap that right hip crease underneath. Reach long through the right side rib. Take your right hand down either to the floor on the outside of that right heel or onto the ankle, not pressing on that right knee joint. Left hand on your hip or extend your left fingertips up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Looking up at the hand in the air. Anchor through the outside edge of your left foot. Let the left hip point roll forward and down slightly. Then inhale, exhale, look at your right foot, release your left hand down, bend your right knee, lift your left heel over the toes. Now step right to downward dog or right up into three-legged dog. Right heel lifts high. Slowly roll into plank pose. Hug your elbows in, lower all the way down onto your belly. Take your feet flat, reach your arms around. Root through the pelvis, inhale, lift up, Shalabhasana. Stretch your fingers and toes toward the back wall. Inhale, fill the belly lift. Exhale, lower down. Palms under elbows, tuck your toes, press on back. Downward facing dog. Stretch your left heel high, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, lift the belly. Knee to nose. Slowly step your left foot right between your hands. Spin your right heel down, cartwheel on up. Warrior two. Lifting through the side waists. Reaching the fingertips away from your torso. Turn your left palm up, reverse warrior. Right hand to right thigh. Left arm sweeps up and over. Inhale. Exhale toward extended side angle. Left forearm to thigh bone, palm facing up, or that left hand can reach to the inside of the ankle. Keep tucking that left sitting bone under the pelvis. Press through your right foot, sweep your right arm right up alongside the ear. Looking down for this extended side angle. Spread the toes on both feet. Inhale back to reverse warrior. Straighten your left leg all the way. Inhale, left side body. Exhale, wrap that left hip crease underneath. Reach long, long, long from that deep hip crease all the way out through the fingertips. Then lightly touch your left hand either to the ankle or a block on the outside edge of your left heel would be great. If you're able to get your fingertips to the floor, also that is great. Triangle pose. Left rib wraps toward right rib. Extend your right fingertips up if that's available. Look at the hand in the air. That right inner thigh is soft and spiraling up and toward your body. Inhale, exhale, release your right hand down. Bend your left knee, swing your right heel over the toes, and step to downward dog or right up into three-legged dog. Inhale, roll into plank. Exhale, modify to knees, lower all the way down. Take your feet flat, inhale, cobra pose, or upward dog, rooting through the tops of the feet, spread the chest, look up. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, let it out. From downward dog, look at your feet, walk your hands towards your feet, and fold, let your head go. Press through the feet, drop the tail slowly, start to come on up to stand. Shoulders drop down. Let's take tree pose, starting with your left foot rooting into the floor. Take your hands onto the hips and find a drishti, a focal point where you can keep your gaze fixed. Lower down is easier, higher up is more challenge. Open your right knee to a 45-degree angle. Step your right foot on your inner left calf or reach down and hoist your right foot really high up into that left inner thigh. And bring your hands to heart center. If it's available, extend your arms right up toward the ceiling. Breathing there. Relaxing the corners of the mouth. And then bring your hands down through heart center. Extend your right knee straight forward. Reach down. For your ankle, or reach down for the foot, wrapping your hands around the sole of your foot. Lift your right heel, and then open your elbows and bring your forehead toward your right shin any degree. And then slowly lift the crown of the head and very gradually release your right foot back down onto the floor. Pedal your feet, shake your hands, find Tadasana again. Tadasana, feet are hip width distance. Open your left knee to about a 45. Step your left foot onto the inner right calf or ankle, avoiding the knee joint. And then if it's available, hoist that left foot really high up to the right inner thigh. Vrikshasana is tree pose. Hands to heart center. When you're ready, extend your arms straight up toward the sky for your tree pose. A little wobbling is fine. Shouldn't even mention the word wobbling, because then you'll start to wobble. Feel that left foot pressing on the inner right thigh or ankle. Then bring your hands down through heart center. Extend your left knee straight forward. Reach your hands for the front of the shin or the sole of your left foot. And then begin to extend your left foot forward. Open your elbows and bring your forehead down toward that left shin any amount. Exhaling out. And then as the crown of head lifts up, slowly release that left sole of the foot back down. And you did fine. Lift and lower your heels a couple times. Coming back to Tadasana, you're at the back of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, slowly fold, crown of head last. And then walk your hands forward, coming back toward downward facing dog. Lift your right heel high, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, right knee forward, wider than the right wrist. Coming into pigeon. Extend your left leg straight back. Resting that left top of the foot into the floor, all the way to the baby toe. Left hip point rolls forward. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, make your way down to your forearms. Find a place to rest your brow line, either on the floor, on the edge of a yoga block, or on your thumbs. And breathe a few times in that pigeon pose. A little flex of that right foot can protect your right knee and ensure that you feel that sensation more so in the outer right hip. Relax your jaw and eyes. Let your mind linger on the area of the most sensation. And then slowly drop the tail. Start to walk yourself back up onto your hands. Tuck your back toes. Point your left toe toward the back of your head. That's a fine place to stay. If it's available for you, take your right tented fingers about in front of your chest, then cartwheel your left arm up and over and reach for the inside edge of that right foot and kick the foot into the hand into the foot. Look forward. Take this variation of mermaid pose. Inhale. And then exhale without slingshotting. Gently release that left hand down. Release the left toes to tuck under. Inch the left knee forward. Unwind. Come back toward child's pose. Hips to heels. Then lift the knees. Come on up into downward dog. Pedal out your feet. Lift your left heel high. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Slide that left knee wider than your left wrist. Extend straight back through the right baby toe. That right hip point rolls down. The left sitting bone moves down toward the ground or toward a blanket or a prop if you have one handy. And then take your time to come down to your forearms. Rest your third eye center, that area between your eyebrows, either on your hands, maybe a block if you had one handy, or eventually down to the floor over time. There we're able to breathe Softening your neck and shoulders. Then pressing through the top of the right foot, slowly gather the belly. Come on up back toward downward dog hands. You're going to point the right toes toward the back of your head, any degree. That might be a fine place to stay for today. Or take that left hand, tented fingers, or palm all the way to the floor. A little bit more toward the midline of your body. And then cartwheel the right arm up and overhead. Reach for the inside of that left foot. Now, we want a nice line from that left hip to the left knee, right to the ankle joint. And then kick the foot into the hand, look forward or slightly up. The variation of mermaid pose. Inhale deep into the belly. Exhale without slingshotting anything, gently release. Tuck the back toes under. And then inch the right knee forward, unwind. Come out into your tabletop. From tabletop, sit back toward the heels a little bit, then stand up on the knees, shake your hands off, interlace your fingers, press the palms forward and up. And inhale, looking up, exhale, let the arms come down alongside the body. Swing your ankles underneath, extend the legs forward. Coming to sit in Dandasana. Inhale, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, belly in, slowly lower down, and come all the way back onto your mat. Feel free to inch yourself back onto your mat if you've traveled off. Laying on your back for a moment. Bring your soles of feet together, let your knees splay open. Then squeeze your knees in together, bring your feet on the floor. Press through your feet, lift the hips and pelvis coming up into your bridge. Drag one shoulder at a time underneath your back, interlace your fingers. Press through the feet, root the outside edges of the arms into the ground. And inhale, breathe the chest toward the chin. Exhale, lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back, resting. Palms facing up alongside the body. Extend one leg out, extend the other leg out. Inhale, take a big long stretch, toes to fingers. Exhale, hug both knees in and take a full happy baby pose. Elbows on insides of knees, hands on the ankles or the outside edges of the feet. Rock a little bit. Even out the hips and pelvis. And gently release your feet onto the floor. Take your feet mat width distance, let the knees knock in to touch. Constructive rest. Femur bones resting right in the hip sockets. Close your eyes, take a scan of your body from the crown of the head all the way down through the tip of the tail. Start to slowly windshield wiper your knees side to side. Massaging out your lower back. And when your knees windshield wiper, over to the left, reach your left arm up alongside the ear, roll to your left hand side. Take a pause. And when you're ready, slowly coming on up. Bringing with you, as you come up to sit, any intention you had for practice today or any insight you want to remember. Great job practicing today. Great job sticking with it. Hooray, you did it. Thank you so much. You made it to the end. Thanks for joining for that challenging practice. Thanks for subscribing, liking, sharing my videos. I love doing this. It's bringing me joy, and your presence here brings me joy as well. See you next time.